reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
It's hot.
Yep.
It's hot. It was 110 degrees outside. That's hot.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed last night when we got several hours past sunset and it was still 100-something degrees outside, and our low for the night was going to be like 80-something.
And it's gonna stay that way. If anyone is in the Twitch stream, you can see over here on the left. It's gonna stay that way almost through the weekend. That's not good. But I'm glad air conditioning exists. Drink anything special, Q?
I have about a half of a caramel macchiato left.
Caramel macchiato from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm drinking something new. A 7-Up Zero Sugar Tropical Soda. I like them. They're fine. You could definitely. This one is probably one of the ones that you could tell it's zero sugar comparative. And yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I haven't tried any of that yet. Like any of the 7-Up stuff.
It's not.
Like, I've obviously had 7-Up, but I mean none of the zero sugar stuff. What's the tropical in it? Is that peach and mango?
I get a little bit of peach with
mango?
Peach with like a pineapple. I don't, even though I think that's a mango on the side, but yeah, I can taste the peach.
That's what it looks like.
Maybe a little bit of mango. It's hard to tell. It definitely tastes like pineapple though. But it's supposed to be a citrus.
I mean, pineapple would make sense, but it just doesn't have an image of one. So
yeah, let me see here. Citric acid, potassium, natural. Well, usually with the natural flavors, it usually tells us what juices they throw in, but not with this one. I did buy a 12-pack of Fresca with the grapefruit citrus flavoring. I like those a lot. I didn't think I would like them that much.
I like all the Fresca flavors. I think they're really good.
The only one that we're able to buy in 12 packs, well, that from the places that we have run into, is grapefruit citrus. What other flavors are there?
There's the classic, which I think is actually the grapefruit, but I could be wrong. I think I have a peach one downstairs right now, and I don't remember the third flavor. Oh wait, yeah, peach citrus is what I have right now. And I don't remember the third flavor. But I find them like I find like, you know, when I go to the store, they'll have one of the three in stock, and the next time I go, they'll have a different one of the three in stock, and it just kind of rotates.
Oh, they rotate. Oh, okay, I'll have to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe having it in the fridge changed its flavoring a little bit, because that is actually really good. I could see finishing off that 12-pack. Oh boy, it's hot in here. Bud Doop. Speaking of being hot, Summer GDQ, also known as Summer Games Done Quick, just recently had its speedrun extravaganza and donated a lot of money to charity. I believe their charity is Doctors Without Borders. Yes. So this game bundle does help out that one. With a bunch of games I'm very unfamiliar with. I looked at all the trailers, and the only one that I knew was Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe from 1994. And cat lateral damage, kind of, where you are a cat and you just throw things all around the home and do destruction.
I mean, as a cat does.
As one cat does. Not a big bad bundle. If you want to help out Doctors Without Borders, $10 gets you all 9 of these games. Quick, simple, easy, and they also showcase the runs during the SGDQ. So if you happen to want to watch someone play the game at expert speeds or break the game at expert speeds, you can also check out those runs down below the games. As for the other bundle, once again, not really too much knowledge on these ones. I'm a fan of real-time strategy, just not these ones. Humblecraft RTS Rush, featuring Dust Fleet, Men of War 2 Assault Squad, AI War, Stronghold, From the Depths. The one that I know, Tooth and Tail, where you play as little rodents and trying to fight other rodents for land. Commandos, which come from the 95, 96, and from what I've been told, these ones aren't too bad. I heard 3 was okay, but I've heard Commandos wasn't so bad.
It's funny is I think I just started playing Origins last night, which
Yeah?
is like I think the newest one, just to get some points on Game Pass because you get like 10 points for playing a PC game or something like that.
Yeah, I also have been popping on the Xbox app, so I get the 10 points just for checking in on the app. They pay you for everything, and I'm happy they're doing that. I entered to win a Series X and some other stuff, but $10 gets you all 11 of these real time strategy games. Hopefully that they're all good fun. It helps out Experience Studios, Black-led, Oakland-based 501c3 that provides professional entrepreneurs in the video game industry opportunities to become successful and build self-sustaining businesses. Experience is dedicated to serving developers in communities created by the BIPOC, LGBTQ, and women in development.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Sadly, not a lot of other Humble Bundles that are safe for work, but go and check them out if you want to get some comic books that are a little interesting. That's all I can really say. Some I can't talk about. uh, Final Fantasy, one of my favorite game series of all time. One of their games is about to hit the 25th anniversary. And I mean, it's not my favorite one, but it still stuns me that yet one of the late ones is hitting its 25th anniversary. And it's the 9th one. Final Fantasy 9 is hitting it, I believe, as of August into I believe September 10th is when it is. And they showcased that they uprendered all the video game cutscenes to a better aspect ratio and so on. And then they said over at the Square Enix store, you will be able to purchase plushies, jewelry, figurines, a vinyl that is going to be reminiscent of the color scheme of Final Fantasy IX, and whatnot. So keep an eye out for that come the Square Enix store. I just hope that it's not an arm and a leg like the one earring cufflink that was $500, $400, $500. Now let's rip
I
the
don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. It was expensive though. Let's rip the band-aid off. So, Helldivers 2 is going to be hitting up Xbox after a year and a half, 2 years of release.
No.
Mm-hmm. I want to say late 2022, 2023 was when it dropped.
Let's see.
I'll let you Google that while I explain. And PlayStation.
February 8th, 2024.
Really? Oh, okay. So a year and a half.
Yeah.
And a lot of PlayStation people are saying that if they have a way to tell that they are Xbox players, they're just going to team kill them because you can do that. And the first thought that clicked in my mind was that's very unsuper Earth of you, and also who cares what they're playing it on? Like I'm wondering what is formulating that form of thinking. What is creating this form of hatred?
PlayStation fans bring the same energy that Yankee fans bring, and it just drives me nuts.
It does seem a little crazy. It seems very xenophobic without having an actual platform to stand on. But August 26th is going to be dropping on Xbox Series X and S, and I believe the Windows Store for those who don't support Steam, which is a bit of a baffle, but it will be showing up there as well.
Man,
I'm super here for everybody playing this game because I like Helldivers. I like Arrowhead Studios. I like how much effort they put into making sure that this game is run well. Not Sony. Sony didn't do very much to help this game out at all. Arrowhead, on the other hand, they know what their audience is wanting. When every single battle pass, I don't really know what they call it, the extra seasonal passes that's been coming through, and you get them and you can obviously get the weapons from them. Every single one has been balancing these weapons carefully to making probably the most fun game I have played in a couple years. I haven't played in a while just because, well, it's been tanking up and down just from player base, but I may hop back in when Xbox.
Yeah. Sony players can't keep up with it. They suck.
Mm, I'm a PC player. I don't have this issue.
The Sony players started it, just putting it out there.
You're right. You're right. Womp womp to PlayStation. I mean, I'm saying womp womp to Sony specifically. Like PlayStation is fine. PlayStation looks like it runs fine, but when you're starting to like be like, we're going to team kill because they're on Xbox, that just makes you sound like a bozo. It makes you sound like a
They are
fool.
bozos.
They are bozos. I supported PlayStation up until the PlayStation 5. And as soon as
they kind of started pissing me off around the PlayStation 4 era. I still bought it, but they were kind of pissing me off around there, and they've just done a great job at furthering that.
Yeah. I need to plug in my PS3 and see if that hard drive still works. I might need to do some replacements, but I digress. I'm excited. August 26th. But we finally got a couple characters for the Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny roguelite game that was hinted back in the Xbox Summer Showcase, I believe it was.
Wasn't that long ago, yeah.
Yeah, and we have Timmy Turner and Sandy Cheeks. And Timmy Turner's a wizard, Sandy Cheeks is a barbarian. It looks like a nice little roguelite with a little bit of a Cult of the Lamb feel to it.
If she lets out that barbarian rage, she turned into like the
Which one used Dirty
hibernation version.
Dan?
Yeah.
I am.
Which one used the real Dirty Dan?
Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. It's a lot. We grew up with Nicktoons. They don't necessarily have very much of a negative to any of the characters. I might check this one out when it drops. Sadly, no date. It just says fall 2025. And Destiny. I'll quickly brush up on that because there's not a lot of gaming news. But from yesterday, the 8th of July, until the 22nd of July, you can now hop into any of the Destiny 2 DLCs. If you don't own them, guess what? You do now until the 22nd. And that includes the Edge of Fate that is to be dropping on the 15th. So if you haven't already pre-ordered it, or you don't want to pre-order it, or have minimal plans on even playing it, good news, if you happen to just want to check it out for that 1 week, you can. It's not a bad little deal. Thanks, Bungie. And of course, until next week, you have one more week to go hop into dungeons and get your Eververse stuff if you're having to want some free stuff. I got about 125k worth of silver stuff. Or not 100, like maybe 15k. I'm sorry. I misspoke. About 15k worth of silver stuff. Like they threw a lot at us. But alas,
I'm not.
It is a tough go through. Like I can do all the dungeons in less than 20 minutes. That's not the hard part. It's just the fact that I concur with you. It is a lot of doing the same thing and hoping for a change or hoping for more things to do. Hopefully, Edge of Fate adds in a little bit more because they've been poking and prodding at the roguelite bear with the Nether, their seasonal activity of last season. It wasn't bad, just you couldn't heal during it, and that kind of annoyed me. But hopefully, they're learning. They're learning. And a couple other things, some updates I have on my little list. I'm just like, they're not really worth talking about if you're not already in the know with that game, such as Marvel Rivals dropped a trailer for Blade and had a remix of the Blade 2 opening song. And I was like, that's cool.
One.
That's Blade 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we talked about that last week.
Did we? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even still, they showcased a new area that's going to be.
Did you see the TikTok I sent you?
There was a bunch of TikToks that I have seen. Hang on, let me take it. Actually,
The one specifically Blade based.
the one about motherfuckers going uphill. Let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of those. Let me do a double check here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Yes, I have seen that one. You know, I when you see Luna Snow going uphill and all she does is ice skate, it's gonna baffle him. It's gonna baffle him, and I hope he actually has a voice line for that. But alas, no other real big gaming news yet. Next week might have a couple things for an indie push. There is a game jam that's gonna be during the weekend, but I don't know if it's gonna be anything worthwhile to talk about there. We'll see. It's time already for Shun news. One of my favorite celebrity wrestlers, Bad Bunny, also talk show host, chemical theorist, and he's a pretty good rapper overall. Has done a handshake with Adidas to provide a very big contest for New York city goers. Because in New York City's Grand Central Terminal, you can hop in there, and I believe it's you purchase a pair of shoes, and you get a chance at a key. This little fishbowl here, you get a key, and you open up the locker corresponding it, where you can get a 2-night, 3-day stay in Puerto Rico, ticket to Bad Bunny's residency there, round trip flight, premium hotel accommodations, and an Adidas Bad Bunny gift package. And I'm like, holy cow, that's actually really freaking cool. Uh, However, you got to be, of course, a New York citizen and go to Grand Central Station. The deadline is July 18th. So if you're in New York and you happen to enjoy Bad Bunny's music slash wrestling career, go and check it out. Hopefully you win, because that seems like it's a pretty good deal.
The only experience I've had with him is he was in Bullet Train.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, and he was funny in that. That's really the only thing I've experienced with him. He was supposed to play like a luchador villain for one of Sony's, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse. We're gonna give all the villains their own movies where they're not really villains thing, and the whole movie got scrapped. And I was like, okay, good. He doesn't need that happening to his career.
I mean, you may not have seen it, but Backlash 2023, I believe it was. It was in Puerto Rico, his hometown of San Juan, and the crowd was just roarous. And I was like, okay, cool. He's
It's not a comment on his wrestling abilities or anything like that. It's
no,
a
no,
comment
no.
on things like Morbius, Venom, and
Oh yeah, Sony. Oh, you're talking Sony Marvel movie.
yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
what it was going to be. It was going to be one of those.
I think he could have. I think he could have done okay.
The script would have ruined it, though.
You thought so?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, Dr. Morbin time.
He made $1 million more bucks.
I can't believe they actually re-released that film, thinking that people were serious about going and seeing it.
No, it made negative money the second time around. How do you do that?
And then they followed that up with Craven.
I heard that one wasn't so bad. It was just long for no reason.
Actually, they followed it up with Madam Web, and then they followed Madam
Oh,
Web.
the forgettable Madam Web. Yeah, no. Craven, I heard, was mediocre. I still want to see Venom 2, though. Just because I got a chuckle out of the...
3 of them.
The 3 of them? Oh, goes to show that I pay attention. What's the Last Dance? I think is what
that's number 3.
That's number 3. Okay. Well, yeah. I still need to see number 2.
Yeah, so it's Venom, then it's Venom Let There Be Carnage, and then Venom The Last Dance.
Okay. Well, I still want to see the second one still, I guess, and the third. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Rotten Tomatoes still do that thing where you can look at like the tomato meter for an entire franchise or whatever.
But let's head over to something that did a little bit more better than a Sony. Squid Games and Puma have collaborated to make a pretty interesting looking shoe. For those who haven't seen season 3, this is a tiny bit of a spoiler. So, not really gonna explain the charm that's on the side of the shoe too much, but it is very season 3 of Squid Game. I've only watched about halfway through the season, and it's pretty good to it. It's got the mask shapes on the tassels of the shoe, Squid Game on the tongue, the Puma logo on the side. It's a full black, good looking shoe.
I guess I haven't watched season 2. I gotta get caught up on this.
Season 2 is a little, but as soon as you reach season 3, you realize, oh, this is where they messed up, and this is where they're fixing it.
See, I've heard mixed. I've heard a lot of people really like it. I've heard a lot of people be like, it's not bad, but it's not season 1, which is to be expected.
It is not.
But season 1 was done so well, and from what I understood, the original plans was just season 1. That's why I've been so like, I don't know that I want to watch the other seasons because it wasn't the original goal. So how are they going to do? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And from what I've been spoiled on the very ending. I don't think this is the end.
I mean, they'd be foolish to end it now. This show's printing money for Netflix. You know, it's one of those things that like every now and then Netflix gets that thing that's like a huge fucking hit. You know, there's Orange is the New Black for a while, Stranger Things for a while, which I mean, that's just kind of been a mess of like they just aren't getting seasons out. You know,
Good news, they're on their last one now, aren't they?
yeah, but they had to do like a time jump and shit, and I guess like it's the end of the main series, but the show creators launched a studio and they're partnered with Netflix to do other stuff in the universe.
Oh.
So
Well, I'm just at least glad that they're gonna collab with shoemakers to make some really good shoes. Hello,
well, yeah,
chat.
we just covered the what is it? Why is my brain breaking? We just covered the Stranger Things ones last week.
Oh yeah, that's right. And now we're getting Squid Game. Hopefully, in the near future, we get some more Netflix branded shoes.
So here we go. Here's the. Oh, go ahead.
I was just wondering what was the branding on the Stranger Things shoes? Who collabed
It was
with
the
them?
Nike. Remember? It was
That's right.
the dunks and everything was upside down.
Nike was
Except
upside
the
down.
swoosh.
Yeah, I remember.
So looking at the oh, my headset's dying. Looking at the top shows. Now Netflix doesn't release all the numbers; they're very closed about their numbers. But looking at their top shows for the first 28 days, number 1 is Squid Game season 1. Number 2 is Stranger Things season 4. Okay. Number 3 is Wednesday season 1. Squid Game, and number 4 is Squid Game season 2. You know, so like that's what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, they get like the show that fucking kills it, and they're like, all right, we got to keep doing on this one. Like the rest of these, I don't. Dahmer, okay, yeah, the monster one, I remember that. That's 5. Money Heist, I don't think I saw. Bridgerton, I didn't see, but that places 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9 because they season 3, season 2, season 1, they just fucking stole those spots. Another season of Money Heist, Stranger Things, Lucifer, which that's a hard one to give them because that's not a show they started. That's just a show they picked up.
I was about to say, was Lucifer a Netflix exclusive?
It was one of those ones that they saved back when they were doing that, like Longmire and stuff like that, where they would buy the canceled shows and bring them back for a season or 2.
Oh, okay.
So they brought it back to finish it. All of Us Are Dead, Adolescence, The Witcher at number 15. The Night Agent season 1, which I caught a couple of random episodes of that. My roommate was watching it. It looked kind of interesting. Inventing Anna, Ginny and Georgia, and then Queen Charlotte, the Bridgerton story. So another Bridgerton thing. So yeah, you know, there you go. Like,
I don't know shit about Bridgerton.
4 of the spots on this 19 list are the same show. 2 spots are the same show. Stranger Things is on here twice, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, anything against them. I'm just saying, you know, when you're talking, you know, your spoilers suggest that there's going to be another season. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things like, you know, the show's printing them money. They're like, okay, we got one. Let's keep going for as long as we can. And, you know, hope that it doesn't go the direction of Orange is the New Black, which, you know, just fell apart the further it went.
I really
liked Orange. I really liked the first like season of Orange. The first like 2 seasons of Orange is the New Black was really good, and then it just got further away from the story it was originally supposed to tell.
I only saw the first 6 or 7 episodes of it, and I just like, I don't think this is for me. It seemed like it
that
had a
ran
good premise,
on.
just not my story. Same thing with Walking Dead. I did the first 2 seasons, and I said, if I keep going with this, something tells me I'm going to get really annoyed with a lot of characters. And
Yeah, I never got past season 2 of Walking Dead. Maybe season 3.
I got maybe 3 episodes into season 3 before I said, yeah, I don't, I'll see if I watch it next week, if I catch it, and then I just let it pass me by. And then the Fear of the Walking Dead started up, and that was what caught my attention to start back up into it. And Fear of the Walking Dead, it was kind of good. It actually got me going, okay, this is what I originally liked about The Walking Dead. It wasn't the whole conspiracy of I'm human, you're human, I'm mad at you. No, it actually gave us the dead and the problems that they had.
For Orange is the New Black, that went on for 7 seasons. I didn't make it
It
past
is.
season 5.
Holy cow.
I really tried to give it a shot, like as it got further in, and I was just like, "This is not the show I started watching anymore." It's like there's a lot of ideas there that I'm like, they're not bad ideas. It's just it's not the show I started with.
Yeah.
Like this would have worked as something else type of thing. So, but yeah, these Pumas are interesting. They put some good work into them.
As for the second pair of Pumas, yeah, this one yet again has the semi spoiler. It kind of got reminiscent of season 1. There's another charm on there that kind of gives it a little bit away, but it has that the dirty look that the Nike Stranger Things has, where it has that like worn look
The
to them.
distressed look.
Yeah. They also look really comfortable. But they also look like they are the shoes worn in the actual show themselves. Like they have that very reminiscent of the uniform that they wear, and I could dig them. The uniformed ones are $100, while the black ones with the stitchings and the very interesting balls in the back for $90. Both to be released tomorrow, the 10th. It wouldn't be a Ugly Mugs podcast without Crocs. We talked about the 2 that were going to be dropped, but the Demon Slayer Crocs are all now finalized with their designs. They don't look great, even for someone.
They look like Crocs.
Yeah, they're Crocs. You got of course Tanjiro, Nezuko, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Shinobu. All dropping $80, $85 for the strangely, Tundra is the only one that's $95 for. I guess he's the Echo one that has extra air holes down at the bottom. I guess I don't get the whole difference between them, but yeah, all of those are gonna be dropping August 11th. Even the charms are kind of comparative.
Yeah, they didn't really try all that hard on these charms. It feels like.
It's time to give you some nightmare fuel.
Goody.
Horse. Let me scroll
What
down.
the fuck is that?
It's a horse. You like horse? So I was going down Crocs to get something else that I had seen, but I can't seem to find it. It seems that they're early images of another pair of Crocs that I'll talk about later. But this caught my attention, and I said, "Horse."
It looks like Mattel threw out a bad Barbie concept, and someone went, "Let me melt it down into shoes."
Yeah, kind of. It's what do they call it? A milk horse, a brown with a white stripe horse with a pink tiara, a star gibbet that holds hair, and then some eyes that are grafted on some horse ears that are also gibbets. Yeah,
I like
no,
nothing about this. This is terrible.
this is not a fun one. $45 if you happen to want to be scarred mentally for life. Good. Nobody posted a review yet or a question. I mean, you can ask a question of why God, why, but I don't think anyone's willing to answer that.
Every day we stray further.
Further and further away from God's light. Yeah. I do. Over on Amazon, we have ourselves a very interestingly large man from Spider-Man 2 named Kingpin. I actually really like how this figure looks comparative to all the other iterations of Kingpin. Ving Rhames would be number one, though.
It
Yeah.
wasn't Bing Rames. It was Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, you're correct. I'm sorry. Thank you. You were correct. $45
Although
for
when
this.
when they were talking about doing the Daredevil show, I did sit there and go, Bing Rames could do it. And then they went with don't tell me.
It's an Italian.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And I ended up being very happy with it.
I am also very happy with him being Kingpin. But $45 for this pretty good looking figure. Not a lot of hands or extra bits and bobs for him, but I don't think he needs it. Not too bad.
I would have liked it better if it was the white suit, personally.
Yeah, white suit does. Well, this is him from Spider-Man 2, so he's behind that glass pane, being like, "You've been a pain in my ass for X amount of years," But yeah, what if he had an extra suit to throw on? Sure.
I do like when we get the villains that work well with multiple heroes. Like Kingpin is a great adversary to both Spidey and Daredevil.
And Punisher.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is he's too big of a villain in the comics and whatnot to be dealt with the way Punisher deals with things.
You're right.
So it's
you're
like
right.
The one time I know for a fact, and I've definitely not read everything, but the one time I know for a fact that I have seen Punisher do his thing against Wilson Fisk is in Marvel Zombies versus the Army of Darkness. Frank busts into Fisk's office during the zombie apocalypse and lights him up.
Yeah.
He's so into I'm still going to be doing this that he isn't handling the shit he needs to handle, and Ash is like, "Fuck you, I'm not helping you," and dips, and the zombies get Frank.
Yeah, sounds about right.
He's a little too consumed with his. I need to take out the villains.
There is a trade I have just simply called Punisher, colon.
A trade?
Trade, yes. That is Punisher, Kingpin. And it's just him versus Kingpin for about 70-ish pages, and it's pretty dang good. Puts Frank into a position of, if I take him out, I'm blackmailed into a worse position. But the ending of it's overall well. I would recommend at least taking a look at it. But let's head over to an interesting villain that there we go. Can I get that? There we go. He got a long tongue. Venom. I actually really like this figure of Venom. You don't.
I kind of like the smiling head a little bit more, but the tongue is fun.
Yeah, you don't really get to see him with all that unless he's in one of those statuettes or one that's already posed.
I know it didn't make the most sense, but I always kind of liked when he was like that bluish black color more than the straight black color.
Same.
Like how he's represented in the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game.
Oh yeah, okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I also would prefer that one. Not necessarily the voice, but I would prefer it. $60, however, for this game verse one. It's a little bit pricey compared to the Kingpin one. And then I just noticed further down a Deadpool Marvel Legends figure with a very interesting addition here. For those who know, he comes with a unicorn stuffed animal. For those
I think it's fun.
It is fun. It's just who made this figure? Oh boy. But doop. Oh, that one's $30 by the way for that one. Over on
he's the bluish color in one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games too, isn't he?
I think just the first one. I think in the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I think he's black.
And then I think they gave him that color for one of the alt suits in Rivals.
I think so, but then now they gave him bubblegum pink and orange.
Oh, I have to look at those.
When you
not hold on, but keep
when
doing your
you
thing about.
when you look at the orange one, don't be aside that it also comes with the twerking emote that everyone's been throwing him in.
I'm just gonna look up still images.
That's fair. Over on Amazon, it is Prime Day for the next 2 days from the time that I'm speaking. But with the Prime Days sales, don't be fooled by all the minus 58%. Go by what the original price was. Do your research. Actually shop. Some things that are like...
Real quick, I don't hate the pink. Not a fan of the orange. The blue's still the best.
Okay. I believe he also is going to be getting a Future Foundation one. I believe.
It looks like they're doing Anti-Venom, the black and white.
That's it. Okay, that's what
Anti-Venom. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we have something that is on the sale that is actually really good sale price. A talking Krusty doll. That is a recreation of the classic Treehouse of Horror 3 episode, where you can set him to either good or evil, and comes with 14 phrases. It's a nice collectible, if I do say so. $14.99 for this. Man, it just stands like it has the most... Just have a video.
I'm Krusty the Clown, and I don't like you.
It's the talking Krusty doll with 2 modes, good and evil.
I love you.
This I do believe came
Includes
out.
14 Krusty phrases
Target
from The
has a bunch
Simpsons.
of they released a bunch of Simpsons stuff. They released this. They released the house phone that is all of the prank calls to Mo and Mo's reaction.
Okay.
And they released a couple other things. I don't remember what the rest of them were, but yeah, this was a whole thing that they did, and like they're at Target.
But they seem to also branch out and have either overstock or what do they call them? Remodeled them and threw them at Amazon. Let's see, the Simpsons line of toys by Jack. So they seem to have dropped a bunch, but this one's the one that caught my attention. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just going to click this real quick. Here's the Moe's prank phone that you were talking about. Let's see how much it is. $15 for that, too. Let's...
Enjoy classic prank calls made to Moe's Tavern. Dial 7 digits and get ready for plenty of laughs.
Is Seymour there? Last name, but...
Over 10 iconic pranks included. Get your Moe's prank phone today.
10 pranks with it for $15. That's not too bad, I guess.
It's cute. I feel like it loses its novelty pretty quick, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's something to... If you're a huge Simpsons fan.
It's like the talking Deadpool had at least made sense because like that was going to be hours upon hours of stuff.
Because it was AI driven, yeah?
No, it was just really loaded up with shit.
Oh.
Although I will say, the price difference between the talking Deadpool head and the phone,
Oh yeah. Badoop. On July 23rd through the 27th in San Diego, downtown, there's going to be a thing called the Godzilla Station. And what it is, it's going to be a kaiju convention. And with all those kaiju convention bits and bobs, it is... Some people are calling it G-Con, just to make it simple. And it's going to have Super 7 doing their Godzilla Station with a whole bunch of their Super 7 figures. The ones that we probably talked about, because I believe one of the translucent glow-in-the-dark ones is going to be a G-Con exclusive at the Godzilla Station. Showed off a bunch of their shirts recently, and I gotta say, I really do like this Mechagodzilla one here with the warning label. I really do enjoy these old school style warning label shirts. Super 7 seems to do a really good job with retro modernization. And if you happen to want to check it out and are in the San Diego area, go and check it out. I believe it is the 8th Avenue? 701 8th Avenue. It is a pop-up event that is going to be at G-Con. Yeah, Badoop. Loungefly, we we talked about Loungefly a couple times in the past, and now they just keep growing with some really cool designs, such as this one here, the Loungefly Disney's The Nightmare Before Christmas Zero glow-in-the-dark mini backpack exclusive.
It's cute. I think it looks better when it's not glowing in the dark.
Same. The glow-in-the-dark is nice, though. We do like our glow-in-the-dark things, though.
Yeah.
They've recently dropped One Piece stuff, some other anime bits and bobs, some Hello Kitty things. One thing, however, that I noticed was not on the website, but in Amazon, Kingdom Hearts. This bag looks really nice. I honestly do really like it. It has the Mickey Mouse ears as if it were a regular Disneyland one, but on the back it has the Kingdom Hearts 1 cover from the PS2 game. On the side, you got the.
I still have not finished that game and never played any of the sequels.
You're not really missing too much. It's a cluster truck, so I mean,
everybody talks about how amazing they are, but
first 2 games, yeah. 3, it was a slog to go through. But then you got all the offshoots like Chain of Memories, 352.
Yeah, I wanted to do the revamps that they did, where they turned a lot of those into like basically long cutscenes you could watch, like a lot of like the handhelds and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did do that. I guess that would get you the story for the most part without playing all the rough parts of the games.
Because I'm not going to sit there and try to hunt down the Game Boy versions and whatnot.
That is fair. They also have a Hey Hey bag. I like Hey Hey from Moana, but I wish they did a little bit more, like a one for the first game, second game, and third game. You know, had them be a good lineup. I guarantee you they would have sold. But this one looks really good. Has on the zipper buckle the keyblades. Once again, super nice, super good. Loungefly does not cut any corners on their designs. Badoop. Over at Funko Pop, we have a couple things to talk about. First one is Strange Tales. 5 figures with those, with Dr. Morbin Time looking a lot better than his Sony predecessor. Dormammu looking pretty good with a little tiny Funko Pop version of Doctor Strange in his hand. A Mephisto? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, Mephisto.
And Hollow's Eve with all of her masks.
I want to say that's her name.
It seems like it is, because that does sound familiar to me. And then, while you're looking that up, a really good classic Ghost Rider that glows in the dark, both eyes and suit. I actually really like the glow-in-the-dark Ghost Rider. But if Dormammu glowed, I would also want... I kind of want to see the chases for... if there is any more chases for these. But the only way to get the glow-in-the-dark version is to purchase it through Entertainment Earth. One of the very few... are they still a record store, or are they just a overall novelty store now?
Probably just a novelty store.
Okay. Well, Entertainment Earth does a lot of novelty and whatnot, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bunch of figures and stuff. I've never been, so I didn't know anything about them being a record store originally. But let's see, they're an online retailer and wholesaler of licensed collectibles, including action figures, clothing, statues, pop replicas, games, vinyls, dolls, and toys. Been around since '96.
Yeah, I remember seeing them at the Galleria Mall. And when you would walk in, it would just be the rows of CDs, and then they still had tapes. I remember before the year 2000, they still had tapes, and then they had like the T-shirts for the bands in the back, and then like they were music mostly, and then they started doing figures and whatnot. And then
you gotta do what you gotta do to stay alive,
I suppose. But then they closed down and started doing just online only, which is another interesting portion of them. Well, mostly online.
A lot of companies would go that way.
Mm-hmm. But still on the Funko Pops, 2 really nice ones from the movie Prey, the Predator prequel, I guess is the best way of putting it.
Yeah, it's prequel. It's supposed to be the first time the Predator.
Have you seen the animated series yet?
I have not watched it yet. Sean's been trying to get me to. I need to get around to it.
It's so good. I recommend it highly. But these two Funko Pops super look amazing. Look really dang good. The I forget her name, but the
Naru.
female Naru.
Naru.
The
Naru. Yeah,
Naru and
Naru.
Sari, the dog.
Yeah.
The green blood that is on her face glows in the dark. I actually absolutely adore this style of Funko Pop figure that has an actual actionable pose that looks good and doesn't just have the stock arms on the side, what have you. They've been doing really good with Funko Pops lately, and it kind of bums me out that I'm not collecting them anymore. Because this one I would definitely add to the collection. But dude, going back over to Disney, the Disney store was offering the Haunted Mansion 24-ounce stainless steel Starbucks tumbler with really interesting looking straw. It's already sold out, but keep your eyes peeled for it.
Yeah, the resale on it's already going for ranging between $99.99 and $130, depending on eBay versus Poshmark.
We like scalpers around this part. We love them so
Oh yeah, they're
much.
so fucking great.
Just if you're gonna purchase the product, purchase the product. Don't be a person who's gonna turn it around for profit, because once they get wind that they need to make more, guess what they're going to do?
I
They're
love that
going to
they
make more.
bought them out. Like you had these fucking people run in and buy them all out, but not a single person has left a review.
Yeah, I think this is a pre-order. I think,
I don't know.
because you said it just dropped today, so I would only be
Today or
assumed.
yesterday.
Yeah, so I would
Either
only be
today or
assumed that
yesterday.
it was a pre-order, and now they probably.
But I want to say
shipping
they
them out.
had them in the stores at
Prior?
Disney too.
Okay. Even still, yeah, I wouldn't be. Reviews are probably only going to be. We'll give them a week. Probably have a couple, but even still, $50 for a stainless steel tumbler with an interesting little bat straw protector. It seems a little bit high for me, but if you're a huge fan of Haunted Mansion, I guess this would be a good way to go to show your love for. I do like the wallpaper. It does look rather spooky.
I think it's a very well done cup. I like it. It's just insane
$50.
the way people are reacting to it.
Well, let's go to something a little bit
I
more.
think $50 doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Let's go to something a little bit better budget and probably cooler in our opinion. The John Carpenter's The Thing drops a really interesting looking LP. Sadly, it doesn't have the breakaway ice slipcase pricing, but if you're wanting just the LP, it is $35. This in here is the original, but the record I believe is still a part of that price from what I'm gathering it from it.
What do you mean?
So this is the original, and then the breakaway one is the slipcase one.
Gotcha.
Because there's nothing else on it for the 2 LP set that I can tell, anyways. But having it have that breakaway ice would have been really nice to add to the collection. There it is, right there. The coloring of the record also looks unique. A dark blue leaning into a white with a red interior, like a very interesting iris, like a person with blue eyes getting their eye bloodshot. It does look very interesting and unique. $35 for that kind of record, I would probably purchase it, but I don't know too many songs from The Thing.
But this wouldn't be the songs. It's the score.
The score, but you know what I mean.
So it's, I do believe, Carpenter, because I'm pretty sure he scored this one too.
Yes. Let's see here. John Carter, composed by
It's a soundtrack, but sorry. Go ahead.
composed by the legendary Ennio Morricone.
Morricone. I don't know.
The score to The Thing is a landmark musical composition that is cold, dark, minimal, and effective. So, not composed, but probably, Kurt Russell, A. Wilford Brimley did this, and marks one of the few directed films that Carpenter did not score himself.
No, there we go. Yeah, I just find it interesting when you scroll down further. It says soundtrack. So I'm like, but it's the film score, not the soundtrack.
Hmm. I think
Oh well, no, okay, yeah, it's got a list of songs. Okay, so like the couple songs that are played in it, and then the film score. Okay, so it's like everything. It's
and then
interesting.
a preview through Spotify. I believe that Spotify right there. So I mean, if you want to check them out.
Much as I don't like Spotify, that is a nice addition to the website.
I also am not a big fan of Spotify. But dupe, speaking of getting older, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is about to have its 35th anniversary. And man, I feel old. I was 1 when this came out. Uh but good news, if you happen to miss it, of course, back then, or are younger than when it was released, it will be dropping August 16th, 2025 in theaters. I believe AMC is the big promoter for this. I don't know if it's going to be in. Is it going to be in Regal and all of that?
I'm not sure.
Because I only found it on AMC's website.
Let's see.
So can I just do this?
There
Fandango. Let's see. Cinemark. Okay.
you go.
Cinemark, Regal. Okay, so yeah, it is going to
I
be there.
couldn't figure out the damn theater thing on IMDb because I never use it. Yeah, so out here we'll be able to see it at Century, Regal Boulder, Century Orleans, Regal Boulder, Century 18, which is Sam's Town, and Century 16, which is Santa Fe.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it would have to
Strangely,
be Orleans because I wouldn't drive to fucking Boulder to go see TMNT.
that's fair. Yeah, a lot of, I mean, not a lot of viewing times. So on the 16th, only 7:10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. as their late night ones, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. as their other viewings for the 17th, 7:30 for their 18th. Yeah, so they're keeping this at around 7 o'clock.
What's weird to me is Back to the Future just hit 40 on the 3rd,
Okay.
and I didn't see
Oh, you didn't?
them doing an anniversary release.
Oh.
Like I
Oh.
didn't see it in theaters anywhere. I was like, interesting. And you would think that would be a big deal because first of all, 40 years, it's a big anniversary. But second of all, a developer has bought the mall, and there's talks that the mall might go away now,
Oh.
where everyone does the big get together every October.
Oh.
Yeah,
Why do people with
I
money
mean the
gotta
mall's
be
been dying for
assholes?
years, but
Right.
but yeah, a developer bought it, and it's unclear what they plan to do.
Oh. Well, hopefully you catch it between the 16th to the 20th in your hometown. But dope. Oh, get out of here. To end us off, some sweet treats. Little Debbie is going to be dropping some pumpkin spice oatmeal cream pies. Me, I've never really been too big of a fan of pumpkin spice, but having pumpkin spice flavored orange cream between 2 oatmeal cookies seems like an idea.
Little Debbie does those pumpkin cookies,
Mhm.
and I really like those. I don't know how I feel about this.
I would give it a shot, honestly, but
They're also doing a those Christmas tree snack cakes they do.
oh yeah.
They're doing that as a coffee creamer this year. Oh yeah, there it is, bottom right.
Um, neutral, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm
Uh,
totally gonna fucking try it. I totally expect it to be complete ass, but I'm totally gonna fucking try it.
And then for those who give a dang about McDonald's, July 10th, the snack wraps are back for
Dude,
good.
I
You
fucking hate
said,
McDonald's.
but it's the only thing you get. I
I'm
know.
gonna fucking go and get this.
On the other hand, I only get French fries now. I don't get anything else at McDonald's. Everything else
That's the thing. I
causes
don't really get McDonald's anymore.
it hurts my stomach.
It's gonna make me order something.
Yeah, it hurts my stomach. I did try their s'mores McFlurry with the dehydrated marshmallows, which I thought it was like regular marshmallows, not those dehydrated ones. It was
not.
it was fine. Didn't do anything wrong. It was a sweet treat, I guess. And to end us off, Krispy Kreme likes to do a lot of very interesting collaborations. This one being the Hungry for Heroes DC Superheroes Collection, featuring a Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman collaborative donuts. One is the Batman one's a Boston cream cookies and cream filled. The Superman one is the vanilla cream filled, and the Wonder Woman is a raspberry icing with blue sprinkles.
I don't know that I'm necessarily going to go out of my way for these, but I have been craving donuts lately, so I might go.
Donuts. I'm neutral to donuts. I like donuts a lot, but I usually go for cake over donut. But Krispy Kreme kind of breaks that mold by being overly sweet as a cake should. I haven't had Krispy Kreme in a minute, so I would have to.
My headset died. No, you're good. The big thing is this is a lot of donuts for me to eat by myself. Because, like, yeah, I could go in and just order just the 3. But I feel like my best bet at getting them is going to be those little, like, things they drop off at the grocery stores where it's the 6-pack of donuts. And while I can totally eat 6 donuts, I totally shouldn't eat 6 donuts.
No, you shouldn't. But if you happen to grab one of them, let us know how they are, Q.
Yeah.
But dude, that's all I got for today. Like, it was
All I got.
It
was a light week.
Very light week.
Which is okay because I'm fucking exhausted.
That's fair. Hopefully you can get some sleep, Q, because this heat definitely ain't gonna be letting up anytime soon.
I'm on the verge of going Grinch with it, where he takes the mallet to his head. Just knock himself out.
I mean, it'll work once. Okay, thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for my Twitter. I've been posting a lot of nonsensical, a lot of art, a lot of theories on Deltarune because I'm still figuring that game out. Toby Fox knows how to write and confuse people. You obviously have like your theories of Twin Peaks and whatnot, right, Q?
Yeah.
Yeah. Deltarune is like that for me, where it's like I've got my murder wall up and I'm like, this will make sense to someone out there. I know it will. But check out Q's threads. Been posting anything there, Q?
Nope.
Oh. So, hopefully. Check out Zenny for the Eco Blooms. They are on special right now. I believe it is purchase $80 worth of stuff, get free shipping. Humble Bundle has their sale going on. Steam is still doing their Steam Summer Sale for 2 more days. Prime deals are okay, but please do your research before purchasing anything. Check the actual sale prices before hopping into anything, and do research on their actual reviews, not just the people who put up the numbers. Hero Forge is, whatever. That's about it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please, for the love of God, love one another. It is definitely free to do. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
It's fucking 103 degrees outside and there's no sun visible. What the fuck?